Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, I'm going to do a top down analysis on this new pair, volatility 150 first index. So, as you all can see, this pair has just 2 monthly candlesticks. The pair came out 1st December 2022. So, if you want to be a beneficiary of this pair, it is now that you will get some profit and some insights. You start backtesting it. I'm still backtesting it on demo. Still have all of them. Can't just go in and take the pair until you understand its movement and how volatile it is. That is why once there we've had a new pair, the best thing to do is for you to keep backtesting it until maybe it has some sort of history for you to follow. So now the way I do my top down analysis is I always start from the monthly. The monthly gives me the full information that I need. The weekly gives me an insight, and the daily gives me maybe the daily bias or where to go to and how to follow my bias. So without wasting my time or your time, I always mark out the previous monthly high and lows of the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. The previous high and lows. I always include the wicks. I don't use the body of the candlestick. I use the wicks of the highs and the low, the previous highs and the lows. So I take out my tools. I mark the high. I mark the low. So I've marked it because it's just one previous monthly candle that it has. I'll go down to weekly, and what information is weekly giving me? What information is weekly giving me? It's still giving me that there's a break of structure on this monthly low price. This January monthly candle broke through this previous monthly low. Then I've looked at it with price action. As you can see here, there's a bullish engulfing candle here where price broke structure, closed below this candle. Then the second week price went back up, maybe to retest or something, went back up, closing before the high of the previous monthly high. So it did not take it, it just stopped here. So what I will do now is to mark this previous weekly candle. I mark the high and low bit of the week. This is something I made out for myself. I don't know whether people are using it, but this is how I mark out for myself, and it has been giving me a very interesting result. I'll change the color to red so that I'll know that this is the weekly and this is the monthly. So look at it. I mark the low. And as I'm looking at it here, price broke through the previous weekly low and it's still pushing down, low the previous monthly low, previous weekly low, broke the previous week monthly low, broke through it. So I'll go to daily time frame to see what is happening there too. What else am I seeing? Look at the break of where price broke through the, it was this candle that broke through the weekly low. This same candle broke through the monthly low, and once there's a break and price close below those lows, those weekly and monthly lows, I expect price to go back to retest, which it have already done. Look at the break of structure here. Let me mark it for clarity's sake. This is the break of structure. Where break of structure happened, this is the place. So this is where it happened. So I expect price, after closing below this previous monthly and previous weekly lows, I expect price to run through it to retest. There must be a retest after a break of structure before continuation of the downtrend, which has already happened. Price pushed down, made an equal low here, then price push up again, the normal move pushed up again, still ends up being equal with this previous candle here, this particular bearish candle. So now price pushed down but did not push through, did not pass this weekly low. It did not pass the line again. It did not pass this red line, which was the previous weekly low. Did not pass it. It's depleted, and now it's still going. So now I'm supposed to mark the daily low, the weekly and daily end the same, so there's no need for me to mark it again. So what I'm marking here now is the previous low of the candlestick. So what I'm waiting for on this particular candle that is moving here, this particular bearish candle, that's the start of the day, since I did not meet it when it starts moving, maybe I'll just cap it off. But what I expect price to do is to break this daily low. If it breaks it, I'm expecting a retest, but it will not happen. This same candle is the one bearing the whole features, the whole characteristics. So for you to see what this candle is doing, you need to go down to another lower time frame, which I prefer 1 hour or 4 hour, depending on the one you're comfortable with. So look at the low of the candle. So I'm expecting price to pull down here, maybe break structure here, retest it. After the retest, then I will now go down lower to take my entry. This 4 hour is my break of structure confirmation. I'm waiting for price to break this low. Once it breaks this low, I expect a pullback, a retest, either on this place. There's a structure here, there's another block, this is a pin bar that is pushing this place. So either price runs through it, or this neckline, which is the break of structure on the daily, I'm expecting price to push up, because once price tap this daily low, it's giving me 1 2 3 tap. So I might say, okay, I want to see price move from here to here, because when you see a triple tap, it gives a very clear up a clear confirmation on for a bullish move. This is my supply. So what I'm expecting now is for price to give me something like this, maybe either a fake out or push through. But if it continue push through, do a little tap here, and I see the next candle closing below here, then I will take the sell. But if price tap here and continue moving high, maybe on a 15 minutes, giving me a bias for bullish move, I can scalp from here to here. If you are a scalper, but I prefer to wait for a sell. I prefer to sell this pair, but any which way, there's money here if it moves up, and there's money down if it moves down. So what am I expecting here? I'm expecting a downward movement or an upward movement on this pair. So as you can see, the price tap here, this place is my point of interest, tap here and move down, or retest this place again and move down. So this is what I'm expecting price to do, either of the side. But for now, I'm not taking any entry here because my confirmation, though everything is lining up as a downward movement, but I'm not taking anything because it's getting to a swing low that I'm not too sure of. Then when my 15 minutes time frame, what I use it for, it's for clear confirmation. It's for confirmation. I always wait on this 15 minutes. Once I see my confirmation, either an engulfing candle, a pin bar, like at even I met this move, maybe I saw this pin bar and price closed below it. See, watch the way price closed below it. I would have taken this particular move down to this place that it's going now, but I did not meet it when it broke and retest. When price broke here and retest here, I would have taken this long move. It's a very good scalping move, but since I'm still backtesting on my demo on this, so I don't need to do much on it rather than watch. Then once it breaks here and gives me a confirmation either on 5 minutes or 1 minute, my entry is always on 1 minute. It's another entry technique on 1 minute. So that's why I teach my students this 1 minute technique. I've been teaching them. Some are learning, some are slow. So if you get this 5 minutes to 1 minute entry technique, like you see this engulfing candle, you take your trade after close of this, then retest, take from here, see it's going run down through, is a very good RR ratio. So we just take it, it's a very good pair. This pair is not too volatile, it's mild, it's very more mild than 250 first that came out with it. So I still stick to this. So this is my bias, either it goes up because of this triple tap 1 2 3, but if it breaks through, I see a retest, I prefer to take the downside. So this is my bias for now. So if I see a retest, I'll take it. Then that is how I do my analysis. The exact same thing I do on synthetic is the exact same thing I do on currency pairs. I don't have a different technique to analyze synthetic and currency pair. It's the same thing I use, and I always use it because patience is the key. I'm a very patient person. I don't rush into things. I always make sure that everything aligns. My higher time frame and my lower time frame aligns very well before I take any trade. Thanks so much for your time. I know that the quality of the video is not perfect, but we'll still get there. Everybody is still a student forex trading, but we'll get there someday. One day at a time. It's learning time, and we'll all get there. Take care. Thank you.